Alright, hey everyone, welcome back. No, we were just saw each other a little bit while ago, but yeah, we're back. So, everyone back out at home, back out around. It's good to have everybody back on up in here. It's definitely been a lot of times, guys, with you, and yeah, it's been quite this, quite the night already, unfortunately. So, and we're just getting word real quick. We're just kind of waiting on everybody to kind of join us on in and get situated out. We're just kind of waiting for the call here. We'll give everyone a chance to kind of join us in here real quick as well. We're currently waiting for invites, and then we'll get everyone all situated out, and we'll get on the track and see some racing here. Currently, everybody is getting all situated out and ready to go. So it will be just a minute, but we will be with you guys here in a little bit. Just kind of getting all situated out. And real quick, we'll go ahead and show you guys the cars tonight. They will be running the Cup Series yet again. This is the Beach Bash 200 at Daytona International Speedway. This is going to be one of the toughest races, in my opinion, they're going to have to deal with. This is one of the hardest tracks to pass on, much less to make a move on, but I can guarantee you that this is going to be a little different than you've probably seen with the Pedal to the Metal series. Tonight the drivers are on a 3-time wear with a 50% link. What does that mean? Well, they're going to go 100 laps to the distance. On a Daytona Beach, that's going to be something here. Daytona International Speedway has definitely been one for a lot of great moments and great battles and all that. It's like names of Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt, Senior and Junior duking it out there to some of the other drivers out there. And right quick, as we're getting everyone else situated out, thanks for tuning on in, guys. We've got 3 up on running. If you guys could share us around if you would, please, that'd be great. And let me know in the chat if everything looks okay and looks fine. We had troubles earlier, but you know, it is what it is. So we are going to try our best to keep this up and running just fine, but we will not lie. We may have a technical difficulty here or there, but real quick, we'll just go ahead and let you guys know about everything here. The fuel run tonight is going to be 15 laps, but the biggest kicker there is that their stage 1's 32 and stage 1's 32, and then stage 2's 32, and then 36 laps to the distance. And that is going to be what it's all about. And you can see some of the other drivers there, some of the big dogs, the Pro Series we're just kind of looking around at, just kind of showing off their cars here for a little fun. But nonetheless, it's definitely been a long road, a long, hard season for some of these guys and gals out there, figuring everything on in. And it's definitely been one for the ages, in my opinion, that really is boiling down to a tough road to end it here. We're just kind of waiting for everybody to get on in, and then we'll get y'all settled up. So we will be kind of talking all over the place and confusingly as well, if you will, but we'll bring them on in and we'll get the cars all situated out. But yep, nonetheless, right now we're waiting on for the queue here. Still no word yet, but that's okay. Well, looks like almost everything's ready to go here. And again, let me know in the chat if everything's looking good and everything's fine, because again, I've been having internet troubles all day long. It's been ticking me off more than you guys probably realize. 10 drivers in with us tonight. Looks like they're starting down the countdown, so we're just about ready to go green flag racing. See some of those cars, the designs, not as good, if you will, to me, in my opinion, to other things, but whatever. Okay, well, looks like we got the queue to go here, and we are ready to bring it on down now and join our drivers for this week's action-packed adventure. Here we go, right on down to Daytona International Speedway at 100 laps to the distance, and we're ready to go. Still waiting for the loading screen to pop up and get everyone situated out. 10 drivers in with us here tonight. We'll see how it all plays out for these drivers. You know, there's quite a few of them that are out for some blood here tonight. And here we go. Bringing them on around. We're ready to go here. They're coming down out of turn 4. They'll bring them on down here. Getting ready to go. Bring him on the front stretch. We battle him out. Enough said. Immediately right out of the gate. We'll try to hold his own. He's got the 51 of CJ Creaky right beside him. On down around out of turn 1. We'll go on in down to turn 2 here. These guys all over the place a little bit. They're trying to hold their area and hold their line, but the positioning not quite giving out there. Kevin Baker in the 17 trying to get his early advantage here in the 87, I should say. Whoa, we got one already out on the outside there. He looks like he's got some troubles going on. Looks like that is the 19 of RY85. Oh, the outside though goes one of the drivers there. That is the 11 there of Wolf. Wolf 292012, unfortunately, getting right up there early, and these guys way over the place here. This track's starting to already eat away at their tires and eat away at themselves. They're just having to figure this all out as they go. That's the Miller time 20. He was actually the driver, I should say. The producers let me know that was on the outside line there of the yellow line. Bringing them on around, though. We bring him in here. This actually is a 24-lap race, not a 32 lap, so I do apologize in advance. We got the numbers mixed up there. We were running this earlier. We were doing the scheduled daytime, and it was actually a nighttime race, so I do apologize to the Rev Limit boys. Nonetheless, we bring them on around down out of turn 3 here. We'll bring them on in here out of turn 4. Here we go. Enough said. Still a sizable lead. They begin to train, and now down low goes RY trying to make a pass there. Up on the header there of Pat the Word in the 14 machine, currently holding his own there, trying to stay ahead. Creaky right now falling back in the pack here. He's currently in the 5th slot as he works them on in around down turn 2. I got told earlier that some of these guys are getting kind of tired of seeing Creaky and Hay Bales keep winning everything, so tonight you're going to see some more aggression out of these guys. We told them we call it as we see it, but right now they're definitely showing a little bit more aggression when it comes to trying to get lined up and get the pass going, but it's not quite going there yet. Bringing them down the front straight away we go here. Pat the Word still in the hunt, still trying to get something going here. They bring him on around. He's still got the 87 there right in front. Kevin Baker doing everything he can to hold his own. We're going on board here with him. Back out around turn 2 here. Maybe trying to wait for an opening. Maybe try to get the outside. Now, generally speaking, if you watch from the iRacing circuit or any of the other circuits, you generally don't see these guys putting those bumpers to the rear because that can get them a little wobbly and loose. But here in a NASCAR Heat Series, that's not the case. You can do whatever you want there and do it all you want, how you do it. And right now Kevin Baker is giving it everything he can. It's just not enough right now, though, because he's currently in the backpack right now trying to hold his own. Work them on in around turn 1, down back into turn 2 here. Kevin Baker still holding his own here, trying to get around. Enough said, but enough said. Now number 1 machine, not giving him any breathing room. We're on board here with CJ Creaky. Oh, look at this now. The 14 going inside. Pat the Word trying to open the door up. He wasn't quite able to get there. He's getting a little bit too low to that bottom, though. He's got to be careful there. One long slip up, that'll send you loose and it'll send you spinning, and that's not one thing you don't want around here. You want to stay in position and stay out of trouble as they work them on around the front straight away yet again. Kevin Baker still in the hunt to get that race lead, but enough said, not giving him any room here as they work him on down. 20 laps left in this one, but only a couple laps left in fuel. These guys are going to have to figure out what they're going to do about that strategy there. When will be the right time to go in pit road, and when will be the right time to try to stay ahead of one another? We usually don't worry too much about the pitting, but this time around it actually will make the biggest difference for these drivers here. Bringing them on around down out of turn 3, going down into turn 4. Now Kevin Baker trying to get a little bit low there. That Toyota Camry 87 had some momentum there. Down the front stretch, though. Nowhere to go. We work on the back here. Meanwhile, Raw RD, that 32 machine right now, he's got that 20 of hay bale right in front of him. At least I believe that is the 20 there. Let's make sure we're not confusing names. Yep, that is hay bale 82 and the 20. We haven't quite worked with these guys enough to remember all names, and not bad with names as it is. And we got big contact there on the outside. Whoa, holy smokes. That was a huge lick and a half there. I believe that was WARD getting in there. I don't remember. Wolf 209 as well getting in there, I believe, with the 21 of Doc Holliday. Holliday's going to try to get that draft back, but he's already running out of time here. He's going to have to rely on that pit strategy now to help him out here. As they work them on in, down, around, out of the front stretch they go. Coming right in your living room. RY still hanging in there, still holding his own here. And it's a shootout to say the least here between these drivers. As they work them on in down the back straightaway. Boy, oh boy, has this been one here for the making here. These guys just continuing to duke it out here and trying to give it everything they can. But RY85 right now is in that fourth slot with CJ Creaky right behind him. Creaky, if he gets a move here, he's going to put that Hot Rod Rowdy number 51 into contention to try to get himself a nice little spot here. But right now, the inside here comes Pathward in the 14, working them on in. He about had that opening there from Kevin Baker, but Baker not giving him much more room there than that. That could have been a serious maneuver and a serious built up there on the turn there, but he didn't quite get the spot he wanted there. As they work them on around, down the back straightaway they go yet again. Right, RY85 not giving an inch, not giving up just yet. Pathward neither, but Kevin Baker and Enough Said are your two front runners to get this one. Currently still back and forth with one another, not giving an inch here. Trying to get all it's worth here, trying to get what they can. We're down to only 16 laps left in this one, but not a lot of laps left on the fuel run here. This is where it's going to get interesting, folks. We're going to see how that plays out for these drivers and how well that'll play out in total for them. As we continue to work them on in here and continue to bring them in, you can see there's a lot of room there. Kevin Baker trying to go to the outside, get some momentum built up, but now he's lost ground. That opens up door up for Pathward there. It's hard to make a pass on this track without help, and right now you can definitely see why that is, because Doc Holliday is far away back. Hay bale, well, he's currently dealing with WARD right now in that 32 machine. And that man right there, Enough Said, is, well, he's saying enough said to everything. He's currently just leading them on in. And the pit strategy definitely will come into effect here soon enough for these drivers as they work this whole track on in. This is a long track, so there's not a lot of breathing room to make mistakes on. And you can definitely tell. But nonetheless, right now, as they continue this one in, it is Enough Said, and that number one with Pathward right behind him there. Currently, we're going to go quiet here for a little bit. We're just kind of trying to get the stream shared around, try to see if we can get some more people to come on and watch in real quick with us. Do apologize in advance for that, but unfortunately, we've had some stream errors earlier and some issues. So we do apologize, and we hope that that gets fixed up soon enough, but I guarantee that soon enough we'll have that all taken care of. Nonetheless, back out on the track you go, and these guys still duking it out, still giving it everything it's worth. Not a lot of breathing room, but this Rev Limit Beach Bash 200, this one means a lot to these drivers here. This one means quite a bit to everyone duking it here and trying to get something going. It is an absolute clinic between these guys, and if you guys haven't already as well, be sure to like, share, and subscribe up here on ETM Racing TV. You'll have a lot more content, a lot more stuff coming your way in due time, I guarantee it. With something new coming from the iRacing, and then also the NASCAR Heat Series, still providing some good thrills and spills that we just love to talk about. Bringing them on around still we go here. No room for error, no room for mistakes. As Pat Ward and Upset are your two front runners, and now right behind them, Haybale and them just caught right back up into the back of the pack here. The full-on, full throttle assault, as we like to call it here at the Daytona Speedway, is now starting to pull into full effect here. Work them on down around out of turn 2 here. I don't know when strategy is going to come into play for those pits, but definitely right now I can tell you it's getting closer with only 11 laps left in this one. Bringing them on around now. Look at this. Kevin Baker trying to get back into it there. He couldn't quite get it there. Oh, contact made there on the 17 machine. Or excuse me, that is the 19 there of RY85. And right now RY is just starting to get put back further and further here as they work them on in. Haybale yet again playing to his strategy and playing to his tricks here as they work them on down around the front stretch. How many times we said that before? It seems like every time we're out on the track, we've been told Haybale's the guy everyone wants to beat. Same with CJ Creaky and Pat Thor as well right now starting to show up, but these guys absolutely getting aggressive as they can get out there trying to hold their own. Maybe trying to find another lining here, another rhythm to get this one in the bag and into position here as they work them on down around out of turn 3, going into 4. Those long stretch turns, this 2-mile long plus track, has always been one to say the least. Enough said. Going into pit side now. He has to give up his position. Pat the word, and the 14 is going to try to hold his own. He's running out of time, though. He's got trouble. Here comes Haybale now to the inside there. Look out. We've got the 3-wide salute out of turn 2. Bring him on around out of turn 1, I should say. Going into turn 2 there. Oh, contact made there on the 42. Haybale's trying to back off and get out of there. Manages to sneak that one away as they work him on down around now. Pathor's going to have the room all to himself here. RY85 now is trying to hold off Kevin Baker in that 87 machine down around out of turn 3 and into 4. They're running out of time here. They're running out of momentum, and I can guarantee you they're running out of gas. And that's actually what they're going to do right now. They're going into pit side, so that will give the nod to, I believe that's YRD. Yep, he will have the race lead, but Kevin Baker to his outside now, not giving him any room there. Here comes Haybale yet again. Haybale sticking her out one more go around. I think he's just trying to save up his gas to the best he can. I think that's what they were doing there, just trying to stay ahead of him. But now they're going to have to work that draft in later to help secure this one because Kevin Baker falling back in the pack here. Now they begin the draft yet again. This is where team strategy is going to come into play, where strategy really is the difference maker between winning or losing. And you can see YRD right now doing everything he can to put that strategy to good use. I'm surprised though, no one's going in pit side yet. I think they saved up enough. But we'll see how well that plays out here. Work him on around out of turn 2 here. Wah still in it to win it, but he's got Haybale right behind him. The Ford Mustang versus that Toyota Camry number 20. Down the back straight away they go under that yellow line there. They hold their own. How many times have we seen that here on the Heat Series to begin with? And how many times have we seen these guys go back and forth with one another trying to duke it out? Absolutely hard running here from these guys, and they're trying to do everything they can to hold themselves up here. On back down the front straight away we go here. Boss still holds his own. Haybale right in the hunt. But Kevin Baker is also in there. That is the battle for the lead between those drivers right now. As the rest of the field, you can see them just trying to find something, trying to find some momentum here to build up off of. Miller time 20 to 42 still falling back in the pack. RY now got to help out CJ Creaky and try to get something built up here and help out. He's got Bathward right in front of him there, and I believe that'll be for 4th there if they get into a battle there. But nonetheless, right behind all of them, that's going to come up close enough. It's between these drivers right now, and that's Haybale, YRD, and Kevin Baker now. YRD opened the door wide open there. I'm surprised that he gave it so much room there. He might have got a bobble there, or may have gotten a little help there from Haybale. Haybale works him on down around the outside there. Not quite going to get any momentum built up there yet. Holy smokes, these guys still giving it everything and all it's worth on here. Not a lot of give, not a lot of trouble there for these guys and gals, and holy smokes. Nonetheless, everything's going pretty good. Everything's going pretty strong here for Hay Bale and Waugh, but Kevin Baker's not out of the hunt yet. Enough said, been lapped there, but he'll try to get some momentum built back up in this. Bringing them back on around, down around everything else here. We continue the drive. We continue the race on. They're running out of time, though. Times are running out here. And actually now CJ Creaky has actually got the second place spot right now. Pathward actually is your race leader. So we've actually been talking about the wrong guys for the battle for the lead. They're actually piling up really good. So I guess we'll just keep our eye on there. There's only like 5 laps left in this one. I thought originally it was going to be enough said and Hay Bale going at it fair, or Waugh RD, but it actually turns out right now CJ Creaky and Pathward are your 2 front runners. But you can see how much these guys have to work off each other. Also, take a look here with enough said. I want you to pay close attention on how hard he's trying to match that front bumper to the rear bumper there of the 42 Miller time. Miller time 20. You can see where he's holding his line at. Now he's got to try to work off of Kevin Baker here. You can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to get any kind of draft, any airflow to build up so that way the car can gain more momentum. The downward force is able to push the car forward more, and it allows it to hang on and try to get in there with these drivers. And the more they keep moving around like that, the more that built up speed will bring them up closer together, and that's exactly what Enough Said is doing right now. As we bring them on around, here you go. Now here is your actual race leaders at the moment. Pathward only by not even a thousandth of a second, holding off there on Creaky. But Creaky is in it to win it nonetheless, and they will bring him on. And down around the back straight away we go. There's only a couple laps left in stage 1, and those elusive points are going to be needed for this one. Pathward, you can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to hold that yellow line as high as he can, but then also he's trying to keep the bottom line secured and leveled with himself so that he can try to keep what he needs there to win. And down the front straight away we go. We will have 3 laps remaining in this one, this time by CJ Creaky, giving it everything it's worth here. Meanwhile, back in the pack here, Enough Said, still dealing with some drivers here as Miller 20 and the 42 machine still out of here with him. Bring them on around down out of turn 1. Go into turn 2 here. That Hay Bale 20 Craftsman Toyota Camry. Not out of the woods yet. 3 wide already out of turn 2 there between Enough Said, Miller Time, and Kevin Baker. Baker got a little bit in there, but those guys were able to hold their own and keep it stabilized there. Man, that could have been some serious trouble there for those guys, but they were able to hold their own. Nice driving on all ends. But you could definitely tell the aggression is getting there. They're getting harder on one another, just trying to get around each other. But they have to. They really have no choice when it comes to where their positioning is at and what they're dealing with, because they're already in territory of being lapped again if they're not careful. But they also want to try to get the best finish they can off of this stage, then going into the second stage. So then what they'll have to do is figure out when the right time will be to pit road as they continue to bring him on in and around. You can see Hay Bale still giving everything he can there around that inside line. He's doing for what it's worth. While RD is still in it, though, he's still not going to give it a quit. He's going to give it everything it's worth. On back around out of turn 3, been into turn 4. Miller going high. He's going to see where this one goes. Not quite going to get there just yet. We're down to the 1 lap to go now, finally. That is going to be 1 lap in stage 1, that is. And you can see those guys are actually pulling up a little bit closer, but the lap has come to an end. Actually, the stage 1 is over and done with. Pathward will be your race winner in stage 1 anyway. Stage winner, I shouldn't say race winner. Race winner would be when you finish the entire race, is my bad. Everybody else coming on around, and you can see, well, you can definitely tell what they're already wanting to do. Well, build some more momentum up and get something figured out for this next time around. But you can definitely tell they're going to give it everything they can. Hay Bale getting up there with Waugh RD, and then CJ Creaky kind of in his own zone right now, not too worried about it. This will be where it all plays out, where it all starts to continue on for these drivers. Points right now huge for anyone that's not named Haybell or CJ Creaky, or even Pathaward to an extent, because, well, frankly, they've been winning enough and they've gotten some pretty good positions on their race end. They definitely would like to keep that going and maintain that rhythm. But we will see. This will be the turning point. This will matter the most. And we'll see how it all plays out for these drivers on this next one. Here we go. On down the front stretch. Pathaward leads it. Creaky beside him. And that will be your front runners. But you got right behind him. You got RY and you got Haybale out to the outside of him. We'll bring him on down around down the front stretch. Off the restart, here we go. You can see there's a big run coming there from Creaky and coming from Pathaward. Pathaward trying to get something going there. And they can see that it's starting to already play into the factor of the inside line being better, because they're not getting anything on that outside line figured out because they can't keep it stable. Now Doc Holliday in trouble. 21 of Doc Holliday getting a little loose there. He's starting to really trying to get some momentum built up, but he continues to get pushed around a little bit, causing some serious trouble there and issues as you work on board here with Creaky. He's going to the inside there of Wall RD in the 32 machine as he works them on in down out of turn 4. We've got that drone cam working in our favor tonight. They're really working them on in. You can see where Creaky's trying to hold his own. Haybale right behind him though, not going to give any inches to either one here. Pathaward's playing smart though. He's trying to keep that outside line. Now he's got to work the inside line because RY is giving him something here. This is where it could get interesting. This is where it could get dangerous as well though. They've got to be careful on how they present that RY85. Is trying to figure something out here. But you can tell even from that aerodynamics of the car and holding it on there, the speed is definitely carrying through a lot harder than you realize here, and that's what's giving the run to RY, but the trouble to Pathaward, because Pathaward has to find a way to hold his own there. Meanwhile, in the back of the pack here, trouble there for Miller Time. Miller Time has spun out on the turn 4 front stretch area, and now Wolf 29012, he's starting to get a little bit in there as well. He got onto the yellow line. He's holding his own. Whoa, Doc Holliday getting a little bit of a bump there from Enough Said. Enough Said getting a little bit of a tag there or two, and that started to send them a little loose there, to say the least here. Wolf 29 holding his own down the backstretch. Oh, big contact made there on Kevin Baker, and Kevin Baker's going for a ride. And Enough Said tags Wolf big time there. Holy smokes. Doc Holliday's trying to get some momentum built back up and trying to get up there with Enough Said, but holy smokes. That was a lick and a half there, unfortunately. And YRD getting a bit of a handful there, and it looked like just nowhere to go for those drivers. They got a little loose. Remember, these guys are driving on some hard surfaces. It's bumpy down there. It's hard to master in those cars. Well, let's just say they're not exactly forgiving. They won't give you any give. As you just see right there down the back straightaway we go. Not a lot of breathing room and not a lot of time to pace this one out here. RY to the inside, YRD the outside, trying to hold his own, trying to keep his position alive, trying to keep something going here. Work them on down out of turn 4 they go. This should be interesting. We'll see how this one plays out for these drivers as they continue to bring them on in. We've got about 18 laps left in this one here as they continue down the front stretch. RY doing everything he can to hold his own to the inside line, doing what he was worth. While the 51 of CJ Creaky, oh man, he's just trying to look for an opening there. Might be trying to get the outside line there. Neither one seems to have the advantage. Miller has put it in park tonight. Unfortunately, the motor going away. Tough break for him there. That is a hard pill to swallow, if you will, and unfortunately that cost him big time there. Nonetheless, RY to the outside yet again, but you can see Creaky trying to go on the inside and take that spot away. He saw it coming. Bringing them on down around the front straight away yet again. Pathaward still trying to hold it for what it's worth, but that 19 of RY is doing everything he can. to try to get around Pathward because he knows there's a 2-line, 3-line car coming their way. The train is starting to build up. Now we do the choo-choo Daytona draft train right now. Here you go. You got 2 of them built up there. Here they come. To the outside they go. WRD starting to get a little help there from Hay Bale to the outside. They'll work them on around. Enough said. The number 1 now getting them on in. Bring the heavy artillery. Bring the full throttle assault. They're coming on. They're coming in hot. That time around though, Pathward still had a sizable distance. Pathward still had a sizable distance there, and you can see now the train is starting to derail itself. They're getting a little bit loose off that outside line there. We'll see if maybe they're able to hold it here as Hay Bale tries to get something built back up. But these guys are just doing for what it's worth. They're giving it everything they can to hold on. But it's definitely not playing into the favor. As we bring them on around now, RY still holds his own, still maintains his position as he works him on in. Pathward still has him up by a bit here. Bring him on down the front straightaway yet again. RY giving it everything it's worth, trying to get that inside line stolen back. Well, Pathward's done to hold his own there. And then WRD, currently the only driver still trying to challenge up to that lead to the outside anyway. He's trying to get the draft on the side and the front. Look at that crossover there from CJ Creaky as he works the outside now. He split shift and said, forget this, I'm working on a new one. You just don't jump shift like that though, and without a risk, without care, and you can see that's definitely working. Into the favor of Creaky. Creaky to the outside now, he's going to try to build some momentum up, and enough said, and the one goes straight into the wall. He took a hard lick and a half. Does he have time to get the draft? That time around, Creaky had the race position. They're going to hold him on around the outside, though. This is where it can get dangerous here for Creaky. Gets WRD now to the inside there. He makes his position off. He brings him on around out of turn 2 here, and you've got a new race leader. It went from Creaky to WRD. Ah, contact by RY. Serious momentum lost. That will put them back even further into this one. WRD right now in the 3rd spot, right out of turn 3 in the 1st slot. The 3rd slot, Pathward gets pushed back into. And we're at 13 laps left in this stage here. Work them on around now. It'll be 12 laps this time by, I should say, as WRD doing everything he can, but Pitt's now going to have to come into strategy zone. When's the right time for these guys to go into the pits? When is the right time to stay on out? Oh, contact made there by the 51 of CJ Creaky to Pathward. Pathward just got a serious little nicker lick there. Holy smokes. That was a nice little lick and touch there between those 2 drivers, but they bring them on around now. To the inside, you can see what Creaky's trying to do. He just can't get it there just yet, but the more they keep battling off there, WRD's just going to run away from him here. Now he's just trying to stay out of their draft line, try to get something here for him to work off of. Down to front straight away we go here. Hay Bale trying to get his draft back on WRD, as Creaky currently is in the hunt. But he's falling further and further back here. I think he might have actually had some trouble there. He might have blown something on the tire there. He might have some trouble there as well. He might have slowed down quite a bit now. WRD has got some trouble here. Here comes Hay Bale. One of the top tier drivers to take on and try to beat out on any track. WRD's got Hay Bale right behind him. Hay Bale will not give you any chances. He won't give you a simple lick or taste of victory. He will make sure he steals it from you when you least expect it. This guy's like a thief in the night. He just knows when to strike, but he's waiting. And you can see now WRD having to go at pit side. It's a race to pit road here between these 2. As they bring him on around, they all are going in now, and it looks like RY and Upset are bringing it in. A lot of guys are going to go in. I think that's going to be the whole field bringing it in pit road. Except Doc Holliday. Doc Holliday, he's going to try to play the smart road, which is trying to get out there a full time around and then bring it in for the pits and hope he gets lucky off of that pit road. We'll see if that strategy comes into play. Off that pit road, though, it's going to be the Hay Bale of 20 bringing it in. Bringing them on around now the front straight. Away we go here. Haybale has the better pit road. The strategy going to him here as he brings them on around. While RD trying to do everything he can. Here we go now down off the outside there of Haybale to the outside. Here comes RD with a big run there on the outside. Now they work them on in. You can see those two going back and forth with one another here. They're going to give everything they can. Bring it on down to turn 3. Wall has the run. RD will get that Ford Mustang number 32 machine ahead of the Toyota Camry number 20. And holy smokes, that pit road I thought would play more in the strategy of Haybale, but actually Waugh made it work a little bit better. And right now as they work them on down out of turn 1, going down in back turn 2, Haybale still holds his own here. Keeping a good size run over on the 32 there. The 32 of Waugh RD doing everything he can to hold in this one and try to keep this position up. As we work them on down around out of turn 4 here, these guys still giving it everything it's worth. As we work them on around out of turn 1, yet still Haybale still giving it everything he can here, still maintaining his position. And it is still between Haybale and Creaky. Enough said, has a little bit of some fellow drivers working him on in. He's trying to get the draft built up. Currently working him on in. These 3 drivers going back and forth with one another, not giving an inch here. Serious momentum built up and serious timing left. They've only got about 7 laps remaining in this one here. So you do know that this is going to get pretty feisty and pretty crazy here for these drivers. They're going to give it everything they can to try to get some positioning and points back up here. But enough said. He's currently just trying to work his way around Pathward and RY here. Continuing on here down the back straight away we go. RY85, that 19 machine, trying to get back from where he was at earlier, and enough said, just trying to hope to God he can get something figured out here. He's praying to the Lord to speed up there. He's trying to open up his racing Bible and find a new verse to get him ahead here. CJ Creaky right now is falling further and further behind here in the position. He's currently about 10 seconds back of the race leaders. Those race leaders being, of course, that 32 Waugh RD and the 20 there of Haybale. These guys absolutely giving it for what it's worth and how you play it and how you do it. Not a lot of give between anyone here, and not a lot of forgiveness to lose here as well. Waugh trying to give it everything he can here, trying to bring it in, give it for what it's worth. They work him on around. Haybale's got time left, but he doesn't have much. He's going to try to finish this stage out with the victory, but he's got to find a way around Waugh RD. 5 laps left in this one. Bringing them on around now, down out of turn 2 they go here. They'll bring him to the back stretch. Now Kevin Baker in the 87 is going to give him something here. He has the opening. He has a chance. We'll see what he plays into his strategy. What he do. Waugh goes the outside. Baker stays inside. I think that was his strategy there. I think he was just trying to make those guys go the outside. Maybe try to see what would happen with these guys here. And bringing them on around now, down to the front. Straight away we go. Waugh RD gets a better run off that. He's actually getting a little bit of a hand here from Baker, which that's going to give serious trouble there to Haybale. 4 laps remaining this one. Haybale needs something here. He needs to get around Baker as well now, because Waugh RD just made his pass around. Bringing them on in. Waugh still holds his own. Meanwhile, back behind all of them here, you got a battle between these 3 drivers. This is the battle for 4th here. or third, I should say, between Pathward, Enough Said, and RY. That's what they need here. But nonetheless, everyone's still giving it everything they can, trying to get the Wudu. As they work them on in, a little bit of trouble there from Pathward. He got a little loose there already, but he was able to maintain and grab it in position and save it. That could have got very disturbing there. On around out of turn 2, here we go, Pathward. And you can see those guys still going at it with each other here, but they're getting closer and closer to the front runners, Hay Bale and Waugh. This could be something here. They're able to catch up. And they bring him on around. You've only got a couple laps left in this one here. I believe there's only 2 laps in this here to go. Hay Bale still trying to hold his own. Still trying to get up there with Waugh as the front runners are coming our way. Bringing them on around. Here they go still. Only a lap left after this one here. They bring him down the front straightaway. Hay Bale's going to do all he can here. You can already see Baker's getting some serious pushing there from Hay Bale. Hay Bale getting a little bit of a look here, a little bit of a hit or two. And these guys absolutely going at it here. On around out of turn 2 they go here to turn 3 to turn 4, I should say. We've lost camera. We lost a little bit of camera error here and camera feed, but now they work them on around. Waugh RD will be your stage winner yet again here. Or I should say not, because we're still on one more lap to go. I do apologize. It looks like that was a miscommunication again. Somebody please give me a producer that actually knows what the heck they're talking about and actually has the camera done right, for crying out loud. Nonetheless, this is the last lap I'm being told for stage 2, so they better be right on this one. Hay Bale right now, the outside, trying to get a little bit of push there. Waugh RD, open the door up. That's trouble there. Kevin Baker gets in there, and so is Hay Bale. Side by side they go. Hay Bale's got the run, though. They work him on in now, down to the outside to the inside. They bring him on in. Hay Bale trying to hold his own, and it's going to be Hay Bale taking on this one. Barely though, because Hay Bale had a whole host of drivers right there with him to the end. That could have been everything which way to Sunday wrong for him, but he was able to hold it his own. Holy smokes, that was definitely something there. Nonetheless, that's only stage 2. We've got one last stage left in this one, and we're ready to call it out here tonight. We will see them come back to life once again and give it everything they can and see how it all takes out here. We'll see if anyone's able to hold out one more time around and do everything they can to keep this one in it, to win it. But nonetheless, this is definitely going to be a big last minute, last chance moment for these drivers here. Pit strategy is going to be the biggest effect. This is going to be the biggest kicker for these guys. What will be the right call? What is the right strategy? We're going to see it here. Here we go. Hay Bale, Waugh RD, and Pathward right in the hunt. They bring him on down the front straight away yet again. We'll see how this one plays out. They're off and running. And it appears we have lost connection to our time-lapse communication device, so we're going to have to wing this one. So we do apologize in advance. That's just what happens sometimes. But back on around the outside now, down on the back straightaway they go. Wardy holding his own here, trying to get some momentum built up. He's trying to stick with Hay Bale. Now we start the choo-choo draft train, working him on in. Enough said, trying to get help from RD, but it's not quite working there just yet on the outside. They work him on in. Here comes Pat the Word, the 14, and RY of 19 as well. RY 85. Oh, contact made there on the wall for Enough said there. That's going to cause some stir up and trouble for him. There's a work him on in. On the front straight away we go here yet again. Pat the Word is just giving everything he can here. And it's between these guys and gals right now. Well, mostly guys, I should say, not gals here. I apologize. We just got done talking with the Pedal to the Metal Racing League. We had a lot of women in there battling it out there. It was great to see them once more. Although, for anyone that's wondering, I will confirm right now with you guys at home that that was the last time you'll ever see the Pedal to the Metal Racing League, at least under this brand and banner, for the NASCAR Heat Series. So what a way to go out for JR being the last season champion. A long time overdue, and definitely time for him there. But nonetheless, we bring you back to these Rev Limit boys. They are absolutely giving it everything it's worth here, trying to do what they can. Daytona has been known for fast-paced action, and you're definitely seeing it here tonight. You're not going to see a lot of movement early on, but you'll definitely see a lot of battles that will come quick and they'll come strong. It's just going to be all about strategy and pit riding here. But nonetheless, bring him on around turn 3, going into turn 4 here. Pat the Word still holding his own, still trying to maintain position. Now RY starts to get the inside line there. Whoa, that could be trouble there. You got to be careful there, my man. RY doing everything he can, trying to get into position. Now 3 wide, they take it out on the front stretch. They closed it in. They closed in really quick, and they were trying to get something figured out. That was Kevin Baker, Wardy, and CJ Creaky there going at it between one another. They bring them on down around the front straightaway here, and just judging by the battle here, I could say they're trying to get themselves in the hunt, and quickly. They're running out of time, though, as they get them on around the back straightaway here. This is the final stage, and that's where time starts to matter there. There goes Wolf 29 in the back. Wolf trying to get something figured out in that 11 machine. Oh, contact made there on Enough said, though. The Monster Energy Chevrolet Beast just continues to get rocked and pounded tonight worse than anything. He's gotten hit so hard, you thought he was pretty much a Kardashian right now. He is getting taken out like nothing. Oh wait, they got taken off the show. Never mind, that doesn't matter anymore. Well, let's get back to the action here as they work them on in. CJ Creaky out of turn 2, still holding his own with RY right in front of him here. They work him on in. You got a good camera, clean picture here on that back stretch between these drivers and what's going on between all of them here. They bring him on around down out of turn 3, going into turn 4 yet again. Creaky doing everything he can, doing all it's worth here. And these guys absolutely put it on for what it's shot here. Man, oh man, oh man, these guys absolutely giving everything they can to try to win this one here. But nonetheless, these guys are not throwing anything else but caution to the wind. Creaky giving it everything, as well as Kevin Baker. Kevin Baker is yet to be in victory lane this entire season, and now this might be his opportunity at a track like this. We saw Miller Time earlier get into troublesome territory, getting taken out, and unfortunately, that ended up ending his night. And it's really been a battle between RY times. Enough said, and pretty much as well of RD. Wolf hasn't really been in the hunt today, and now RY getting really loose in that Sirius XM number 19 machine. Trouble there going for him, and unfortunately that's starting to put him further and further back here. And right now, that's really all it's been between these drivers right now, is between Hay Bale and Pat the Word trying to hold themselves out. You can see the whole draft right now as they start the train again. The draft train, the Daytona train, whatever you want to call it. They're bringing them on around. I've always called it the Talladega train because of how often we saw it there, but in Daytona, well, it's a little tighter banking, so the passes will not come as quick or as hard, and that's definitely showing here between these guys, and they're just doing everything they can to hold off for it. They got a Ford in between two Toyotas and a Toyota right behind them. That is one sandwich I would not want to be a part of. CJ Creaky giving everything he can while Kevin Baker trying to push him up there a little bit, help him out a little here, but it's not quite getting them in there just yet. As they work them on down around the back straightaway yet again. Creaky giving it everything it's worth. Bathward right in the hunt as well. No driver giving out just yet. And it is definitely starting to show out of turn 4 here what is going on between these guys. On the front straightaway we go. Now side by side you got the battle between Wardy and Wolf now. Wolf now to the outside now. Try to work him on in. Try to get something going here and try to hold his own here. Wolf 29012 going to give it everything he can with Wah RD. With Wah not giving out. Wah now is going to, Wolf in the 11 is going to lose time and momentum as they built him on in around. And the time is of the essence and time is losing out. As you see these drivers continue on in. Ooh, they get a little bit of contact made there between Creaky and Kevin. They were getting a little too feisty there, a little too hard on one another. They were trying to make a move around each other, and that didn't quite work that way as a 3-wide salute came just for a second there. That was between RD, Kevin Baker, and CJ Creaky, and RY kind of right behind in the middle of that. They were trying to get something going there as now RY is going to get put back because RY is going to get that draft in there. They're on board here with Kevin Baker. You can see where they're hitting their marks at and where they're trying to get their lines at. But nonetheless, it's still a hard pill to swallow there for Baker because he's trying to battle it out with so many guys right behind him, in front of him. That it's just starting to really wear and tear on him here. On down the front straightaway we go yet again here. And you can see the run and a half that is coming for Haybale. Haybale is just doing everything he can to hold off once again. If there's one thing I know, it's that holding that bottom yellow line is the key to success here and the only way to really win on these plate tracks. I've done it so many times, it's not even funny, but once someone gets that outside draft going, that's when you got to figure out when to defend and when to block. And that's going to be interesting for Haybale because Pathward, if he gets that opportunity, I know that Mobile 1, number 14, is going to just push his pedal to the metal and get around him. They're running low on laps and they're starting to run low on gas. I bet you they got about 10 laps of fuel probably left in there at that. And they're continuously waiting for this one. As they work them on in, down around out of turn 1, back turn 2. Mobile 1, number 14, still in the hunt. They continue on, as I should say, actually it was 3-4. I apologize. We miscalculated that one there. Pathward still holding his own there. Haybale giving it everything he can as they work him on down the front stretch. Now you can see Pathward, he's starting to get a little impatient there. He's going to try to find something here. I know what it's like in that car. But the problem is you have to be patient for as long as you can before you make a big move, because once you make that move, it's do or die, because if you spin out and cause that big one, that's going to really set you back quite a bit. It's happened before, and we've done it again. As they continue on in, RD still in it to win it. He's not giving out just yet. Pathward doing everything he can as well. Wolf has gone in pit side there. He's opted in for a fresh set of tires, some good years, and a squeeze of gas to try to get some momentum built back up and try to get something working on in here. On down the front straightaway we go, and you can see these guys going back and forth with one another. They're just trying to find the right time. The problem, I know it seems like it's kind of boring right now, but the thing is, you gotta understand, these guys at the speeds they're taking, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to hold their own, and they're trying to keep their momentum alive by getting that draft. But the problem is that they try to step out of line to make the pass, they lose all that draft and mobility, and that's really where the scare is for these guys. They don't want to do that. So what do you do to combat that? Well, there's only two ways to do it, and that's either you stick to the line you're doing and wait for a bobble or so from one of these guys, which honestly, if you're going to ask me, Haybale's not going to give them any room here. Or you have to get help to the outside or the inside, depending on where you want to get the draft started at, and that's how you're able to work it on in. But nonetheless, they work them on in, around, down the back, straight away they go. And it is between these guys right now. That's Haybale and Pathward. Pathward had a good run early in the first stage. Lost it a little bit later on. And actually now Haybale took over after WRD made a mistake there with Kevin Baker. And now it is between those two right now as they bring him on around. It's time for some pit strategy. Oh, a little love tap or two there between Haybale and Pathward. Pathward not taking that too kindly. He's got that front bumper right in the rear there. The Craftsman 20 is getting a foot full of front end on Mobil 1's 14, but the Mobil 1 now finally has to go into pit road to get the strategy figured out. We'll see who wins out of pit road here. We bring them on around. They're getting all situated out. They're getting everything taken care of. Tires are going on. The good gears are being put in. The lug nuts are thrown on and tightened up a little tighter. Gas in. Kevin Baker's out first. Now here goes WRD as well and RY as well. Looks like Haybale's going for the full set. He thinks he can get it here with that. They work him on back in. And he will get the full set return there. CJ Creaky is right there in it. These two will be your race leader now. Or three, I should say. Because that driver right here, Kevin Baker, was the first one out. He leads him out. But he's got a murderer's row right behind him coming up. Now here comes WRD already trying to battle it out with the 19. I wouldn't be doing that too quickly there, guys. You got company coming your way. You might as well draft a little bit. Try to help each other out here. Not do that strategy. And these guys right now are just absolutely doing for what it's worth here. Continue on in. WRD will be in that second spot now. Kevin Baker releasing the dragon here and the beast, if you will, because he's got the lead. He opted in to play a different strategy pit-wise here. And that seems to be the kicker for him here. As we work them on in, around now, down and about. As they continue on in. It is between WRD and RY for second place. Kevin Baker is right in their sights though. Just to show you how close they are here. They're going to bring him on down around out of turn 4 here. WA is starting to build up momentum and start to build in contention. He's getting ever so slightly and closer because RY keeps giving him help here. Problem is he's got a murder row coming right behind him in the form of CJ Creaky and Haybale. Haybale getting a nice push or two from Creaky. Work them on around out of turn 1. You can see how much draft and momentum is built on those two there, and the more they keep doing that, the fact they're on fresher tires and more gas, I guarantee you that those first 2 or 3, if you will, the only thing they did was just take 2 tires and maybe a gas, and that's all they took. But right now, they are definitely in it to win it here, and these guys are absolutely just trying to push for what it's worth here. It's going to be hard to say what's going to happen here, if they will be able to hold themselves out here. Coming on around down the front straightaway here. I gotta believe there's only about 12 or 10 laps left in this one. We don't have the time counter anymore, unfortunately. We lost connection there. But right now, Kevin Baker lost his lead because WRD has got the race lead yet again here. The Ford Mustang of 32, WRD has the race lead here. And Kevin Baker in that second spot with RY right behind him here. They're trying to hold their own, trying to get something built up here down the front straightaway they go. They've got to work together, in my opinion, for a while to keep those other two away from them, because a fresher set of tires and gas is going to help them out big time here for that longer run, longer setup, if you will. And that's definitely going to be what comes into play for these guys. But we'll see how it all plays out here, because Kevin Baker is still holding his own now to the inside. There they go. RY tried to make a pass on the yellow line there. Wasn't quite able to get the momentum there just yet, and he will not quite put it there in the spot that he wants to at the moment. Got a crowd on hand right now, still tuned in with us. Thanks again. And again, if you could, please comment down, make sure the stream is still okay. We had troubles in the pedal to metal racing earlier, and I don't want any more stream issues, so please let me know if everything looks okay, if someone would, please. As Wah RD right now on the front straightaway, still battling it out. Kevin Baker trying to hold his own here as they bring him on in around now. RY to the inside and the outside. He can't get it there yet. He's trying to find something to get around Baker so he can challenge up Wah. Wah RD in the 32 has been your race leader for a few more laps here in stage 3. He had it, seemed like he had it won in stage 2, but Kevin Baker kind of put him back a little bit, costing him there. Now these two are just going to duke it out here, to put it nicely. Down to turn 4 they go. Wah RD giving it everything it's worth, trying to hold up his position here. Neither driver giving an inch. Gonna go on board here. Wow, it should exactly what's making him so tough to pass. You can see where that yellow line is. I want you to pay close attention to where his front bumper is, how close he's getting ever so to that line there. Now usually when you watch him on the iRacing circuit and the heat circuit, you can see there's two different areas there that make it for that position. The reason why is because when you're racing on the actual sim, you can't really play that low to that line without some kind of help from the car itself and your setup wise, compared to what you usually would see on the fixed setup. Whereas here in the presets for NASCAR Heat, you can get close to that yellow line off those corners. However, you can't stay there the whole time. You got to be careful. So it's really all about maintaining rhythm and position. And you can see what exactly we're talking about right there, because Wah is just trying to hold himself out there on that yellow line, kind of keeping an island there and getting ever so slightly closer and kind of bumping off that run. That's the key thing that's keeping him alive here. RY85 though, not out of it just yet. You can see how much that draft pushes in closer. He's trying to get that outside line to stick. He just can't quite get it there just yet. He's not quite working on in just yet there as they work him on around down out of turn 4 here. No give, no take, no how, no why. Serious battle in between everybody here. A lot of hard racing and hard action-packed adventures going on. On around out of turn 2 there, the back straightaway, still RY, not giving it anything here, not giving up just yet. He's going to try to make that move around Kevin Baker. Baker though, with the presence of mind, he defends off around now. Back on around down out of turn 3. Whoa, you can see Baker saw a little bit of an opening there. Wah tried to get around it, and RY tried to back off of Kevin to get around him on the outside, but it wasn't quite going to pull through there just yet. Work them on in, on down the front straight away we go here. They're still at each other's throat here. Nobody giving an inch there. This is the battle for the lead here, and these guys will not give an inch. Nobody will give any takers here. Getting word the stream's okay and everything's good. Oh, we got trouble there for Kevin Baker. He's on the infield there. He got a little bit loose out of turn 2. I think he got a nudge or two from RY. And I think that was honestly just something he needed there, a little help or hand. But unfortunately, I think that might have been too much for him. RY is now going to push him on through. He's going to try to get up there with Wah RD. This is going to be a final lap shootout or two. We're coming up on the final laps. I think we're down to at least 2, if not 3 left. And these guys are not quitting just yet as they bring him on down the front stretch. Bring him on down around out of turn 1. Then bring him back into turn 2 here. And they will continue on. They will continue through. Nobody left to go, nowhere left to be. And down that back straightaway, you can see that it is still between these two drivers, because right now Haybale is nowhere near in sight, neither is Pathward. The pit strategy coming more into the effect for RY and Wah. But is it a long-lasting strategy? Because right now they've got to figure this one out, because RY is still trying to get around Wah real quick. Wah holding his own, maintaining his position. I think we're down the last 2 or 3 laps now. I still don't know for sure, folks, because unfortunately we don't have that lap counter with us. We're going to go ahead and show you where Pathward is, and Haybale right now, I don't even know where he's at right here. Well, there he is. He's with CJ Creaky. Creaky got around him yet again. Haybale and him were battling out for a while there. Back down around out of turn 1. We're bringing it on down into turn 2 here, and Creaky giving it everything he can here with Haybale right in the hunt. On around out of turn 2 here, they continue on. These two not giving an inch here. I think that at this point they realize the game is already over for them. On around down the front straight away we go here. It's Wah and Warway. And I think this will be, if not close to the final lap, I would say. Oh, RY though goes right into the wall there on the outside. He lost a lot of ground and momentum from doing that. While RD sees it, he's trying to get him off that draft immediately, trying to get something to work there and get his momentum in. But because there's no help for Wah, RY can just get him back as quick as he lost it. But does he have enough time to hold him out here? Because they work him on down around out of turn 3. They'll go back into turn 4. Wah is still in the race lead. RY caught back up. He's got a full throttle assault coming. Here it comes down the front straightaway here. You can see RY trying to get the inside line there. The inside, they're back again. Not there just yet. Serious momentum and built up, but not enough, because Wah RD will be your race leader. RY went to the inside. He went to the well one too many times. It wasn't enough. Pathward will get put in the back of the pack here. Haybale's going to get the 4th slot. CJ Creaky going to get the 3rd. Kevin Baker getting kind of the wrong end of the stick, if you will. I believe he'll finish in the... Actually, I think he will finish 5th, I believe. No, actually, he'll finish 3rd. 4th will go to CJ, and then 5th will go to Haybale. Apologies there. We don't have the time counter or lap counter, but those two drivers right there put on a heck of a show. But RY unfortunately lost time and ground, and it ended its night early. Unfortunately. But your race winner here tonight, for the first time out here on the circuit, Wah RD in the 32. He brings it home into victory lane here for the Rev Limit Beach Bash 200. What a finish and what a battle. And it's been a heck of a run here and a heck of a game plan, to say the least. And that's really going to be it here tonight, folks. We're going to call it here now. And thank you again to everybody that tuned in for the Pedal and Metal Racing League. And real quick, I know we're already done with that, but I just want to say real quick to everyone there that ever has joined us here in Pedal and Metal Racing League, or even PTM Racing TV, just thank you again for, you know, allowing me to actually come out here and be able to be a broadcaster. If it weren't for Pedal and Metal, it really I wouldn't even have been able to get a broadcast job. So I do appreciate them for even starting that career up for me. And nonetheless, here tonight as well for Rev Limit Beach Bash 200. Thanks again, guys, for letting us come on out and show everyone at home what kind of drivers you are and how well you can do. Definitely tonight was a little tricky considering what you had to work with, but nonetheless, you all pulled out a great battle. So from here on out, we'd like to say thank you for tuning on in. To everyone at home, we'll see you next time out here when the green flag flies. Once more, be sure to follow up on Facebook. We got some coming tomorrow night. So for now, though, be safe, be good, God bless, take care, and good night, everybody.